look for tonight's message at the book of Judges. The book of Judges, and I want to look at chapter 14. Chapter 14, and I will consider verses 5 through 9. Verses 5 through 9 of Judges chapter 14. Beginning with verse 5, then went Samson down, and his father and his mother, to Timnath, and came to the vineyards of Timnath. And behold, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done. And he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took thereof in his hand and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and he gave them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. From this, I want to talk about the bitter sweets of life. The bitter sweets of life. If you want to give yourself a headache, serious headache, spend your time trying to figure out why certain things happen to us in life. Try to come up with reasons and conclusions as to why things work out the way that they do. If you want to give yourself high blood pressure, just spend your time trying to reason through the series of events that occur in life. Because you'll immediately get stuck at that theodicy question as to why bad things happen to good people and why good things happen to people who seemingly mean no good at all. And when we look at this whole matter and we ask ourselves in particularly, why do certain things happen to me? And then if it's going to happen, why does it happen when it happens? And what have I really done to deserve what has come my way? You know, and the thing about it is that we often are trying to do what we know to be the right thing to do because we've been taught in our lives that if you do good, good will come back to you, right? And we were taught even as children that if you cast your bread on the waters, that in due time it will come back to you. We really have been taught to do the right thing and to believe the right thing and to behave the right way, and then life will be better for us. Life will be sweeter for us, and that we will experience those good things out of life if we just do good. But we live a while and we discover that you can do good and you still get some bad things to happen. You can try your best and you still sometimes fail. You can meet people and you can treat them with the best of your ability and show all levels of kindness to somebody, only to get back meanness and to have the people that you go out of your way the most to be a blessing to turn around and resent you. Somebody can talk to me tonight. And so, you know, if you really do if you want to wreck your health and wreck your sanity, try to figure all that stuff out. You know, and try to come to some conclusions as to why things have to happen the way they do. Because that'll be all it'll take to destroy you if you spend your time trying to figure it out. What you got to learn to do in life is to deal with things as they come. Yeah, you see, instead of trying to figure it out, you know, you gotta muster up what it takes to deal with it, you know, to just face it and to handle it. And I think I got me somebody in here that know that if you decide that you just gonna face it and handle it, that God will give you the grace necessary to get you through it. You know, God will give you what it takes to get you through it, instead of trying to figure out why this has happened to me. Just handle it. And we serve a gracious God that'll give you what you need. He said to the apostle Paul, stop trying to figure that stuff out and just relax on the fact that my grace is sufficient for you. So there we are. We are labeling the events of life. We call some things bitter and other things sweet. We label them as good or bad. If something comes that we like and that we enjoy, then we say that's the sweet stuff. You know, when people are loving us and people are patting us on the back and when people are wishing us well, that's sweetness, that's sweet times. And then of course when people are backstabbing us and when they are jealous of us and resentful toward us, we call that bitterness. You know, when life brings us those high mountain experiences, we say that's sweet. But when we gotta trudge through muddy valleys of life, we say that's bitter. And sometimes rightfully so, we categorize the bitter and the sweet. We place the bitter in one category and the sweet in another. We place the bitter on one side of life and the sweet on the other side of life. But I've come to talk about this because I've lived a while now and have discovered that sometimes the bitter and the sweet comes together.